By the barest of margin has another contender, the game that we've just seen between Kolkata Knight Riders and Rajasthan Royals. At one point, Rajasthan looked dead and buried. From there, the man, their prodigal son, their favorite son of Rajasthan Royal, finally stood up to hammer 95 of just 45 deliveries. Of course, aided by a good knock by Shimron Hetmar. And then towards the end, when Riyan Parag got out, you thought done and dusted. But Shubham Dubey steps up with 24 of 13. Last ball, 3 needed. But it was a heartbreak. Not even a super over. They went for the double, but a run out at the end, which means fair and square, no super over. Kolkata Knight Riders have won and kept their dream alive to make it to the playoffs. Rajasthan Royals, of course, officially have locked out some time ago. Thoughts?
Earlier, upstairs, Siddharth and I were having a joke. So our Rajasthan Royals required 45 of some odd balls, and he's like, they're going to win it. And no, it's not happening. Because 45, 9 fives are 45, multiple of 9. And that's not happening.
Good. So that's why it didn't happen. Otherwise, they would have got that double at the end. Or maybe a boundary at the end. That is why it didn't happen. 45 of
30 balls.
31, 32 balls. I think that was the
45 or 30
margin.
balls,
And he was like, KKR going to win it.
It was 45 or 27.
Yeah, 45 of 20. Another 9 threes are.
9 threes.
It's truly, I'll say it's very unfortunate for the Rajasthan Royals. This is the 4th time that they're not able to close down a finish. And they already have 3 wins, if I'm not wrong, this season. They have 3 wins. 4 out of if 2 would have gone their way, I think situation could have been very different. It's just very unfortunate that despite playing the worst cricket, making the worst decisions, they still could have been on either side of that line as far as the playoff race is concerned. It's just very unfortunate that whatever has happened with Rajasthan Royals this season, it's just very unfortunate.
I mean, Saransh has aged 21 years because of what has happened, because our producer and a KKR fan. 21 years he would have aged, because I thought Vaibhav Arora bowling at the end was a risk. But luckily he had 22 to defend.
Who were the other options they could have gone with at that moment?
Yeah,
Even I looked at it, but
Russell at the last.
Even more risky.
No, he's defended even 50.
though he bowled very well his final over of the
Has
game.
predominantly been a death bowler for KKR only in the last few years.
Yeah, and he's taken 3 wickets, 4 wickets at the death, conceding 7 or 8 runs.
But runs like 22, Vaibhav Arora is a very safer option. Like you remember in that Rajasthan Super Over when we talked about this fact that Sandeep Sharma was a safer option in that sense. With Russell, he could have gone for those many runs. There were possibility. With Vaibhav Arora, at max he would have given 18, 19. That too, that he has already given. So I feel that he was a safe option, and that is why Rahane would have gone.
Also till that time, I think it's the last over when he went for 17 odd, I think, or 18. So that ruins his figure. But at that time, when he had done his 3 overs, he was at the same economy as an Andre Russell. So I think it was a coin toss. You could have gone with an Andre Russell, Vaibhav Arora, but I agree, since Vaibhav has been your regular bowler and has been bowling more, it only made sense to go with him. I don't think the choice was wrong. It's just that I think the nerves of that situation, again, he's not, he's done well in the IPL last couple of seasons, but again, that quality that one requires to be a top level cricketer, or that experience you require, that was missing. But I think for Vaibhav also, good lesson. And it's games like this where you almost lost the game. Again, he had to hold his nerve for the last delivery. I think by the time the last delivery came, it was Rajasthan's game. For him to have nailed that Yorker in that situation, where even for you and I, when we were watching, our hands are shaking. Imagine for the guy who has to bowl that, and even marginal error here and there goes for it. So it requires credit, but this will hold him in good stead going forward, like for future matches where it runs them very close.
I mean, it once again drew me back to a similar thriller that we saw in 2024. RCB versus KKR. Same 20 runs were needed.
KKR won by 1 run.
KKR won by 1 run, Stark bowling and a run out. Last ball there was a run out. So you won by 1 run in that, and it helped KKR ensure that they handled the pressure situations far better. But again, RR, I mean, yet again a season of what ifs here. 4 games. Please do not have multiples of 9 when they are chasing. Please. It just doesn't help. 18 of 9, 9 of 6, 9 of 6, 45 of 27. Once they are in that situation, and they seem to
3 of 1.
3 of 1, but there are multiples of 3 in that sense. So
But to be fair, I think they have themselves to blame. I agree that the start wasn't great. What did everyone make of Riyan Parag? And I know it'll sound very awkward on a day where he played an absolute blinder. Without doubt, one of the best innings in this IPL. You'd have to say, because at the strike rate that he operated, from the situation that they were, where I think the game seemed like foregone conclusion, from that situation to have brought them back into the game, it was all a single-handed effort by Riyan Parag. Let's not even get that or debate that. But the point is that when you're on 95, the game is in your sights. I don't know, maybe I just didn't think that shot was on. I know that people will say that because that's the approach which also helped him reach that 95. That shot wasn't up, especially, see, when he was playing those shots earlier, the game was out of your reach. So you said, okay, fine, what do I have to lose? Let me play my attacking game, and he's a good stroke maker, so I'll attack, and it took him. But once you reach that situation where his 100 is there, and I'm not saying that he needed to think about his 100, but I don't know, I had a feeling that he wanted to reach there with a 6. And I don't think 6 was the need of the hour. Loose ball with, go for it. This one, I don't know. I just thought in his mind, he had made up his mind that 6 will be how he brings up his 100. And that just lost.
But I think he was just trying to
I think
check.
it's harsh.
I think he was just trying to keep the required run rate in consideration.
But at that time, I thought,
the thing is, if we would have slowed down a little bit, even a little bit at that point, and strike, because he was striking at in excess of 250, and then when he was in his 90s, that came down to 211. I know neither of the strike rates it's bad, but it's just that suddenly when it dropped 9, if he would have gone for that century, I think that strike rate could have come to 200, and then people would have talked about this. Not just people as well. I think that approach, why change something that's not broken, is all I'm trying to say. Because that strike rate would have come, and then you're also in your 90s. The game is at a very, very crucial sort of a situation, and you've gotten there with the same approach, and you're playing your shots. That ball, it wasn't a ball to hit. But again, in the way the Kolkata Knight Riders bowled, I don't think they gave too many bad balls. I think bowling was up to the mark. I think even yesterday's game, who was that bowler? So many games.
Yash Dayal.
Yash Dayal was constantly bowling if he wasn't able to nail the Yorkers, he was bowling the lower full tosses really well. Yesterday, batters were not able to convert it in Shivam Dube, Dhoni or Jadeja as well. But today, those shots were converted by Riyan Parag. So I feel it was a very similar sort of a ball, and that shot was required for the game, I'd say. Not for his 100, but I think that 6 was required anyways.
I thought it was premeditated. I will get to my 100 with a 6. I just felt that was his statement, that I will reach there with a 6.
I'll be very honest.
See, that if you're out, okay, all of us watching, nobody really expected this out of Shubham Dube. And especially the way he started his knock. I didn't think that he had it in him to take it this close. That's another thing, that on Weber Baroda's over, he brought them very close. So you knew at that time, and I'm sure all of you watching also knew, if anyone asked you at that time, you were crossing that, what is going to happen in this match, you would have said, Parag is there, they'll win. Parag gets out, they'll lose. So when you know that, I don't know.
it is a bit harsh.
I know it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22. But at the end of the day, then you say this now, that they are unlucky. See, sometimes it's not unlucky. Sometimes these little things that certain teams do right and certain teams get it wrong, and that's why they end up on the winning side and you don't. Very marginal things.
Yeah, I think I do kind of understand where this is coming from, because I remember now I straight away go back to that game where Rajasthan had come so close and Riyan Parag played that paddle sort of a shot. That was this LSG game, and that was a very close encounter. They lost it. They should have won that game as well. That day I think the same thing happened. That day it wasn't required, but today I think it might just have been required. That's why he was going for it, and I don't think he was really, because see, all the criticism for Riyan Parag when he's arrogant, the aura that he gets, all of the things different, but I don't think I don't think it's so much about the personal milestone. I think
I'm saying absolutely not about the personal milestone.
But now I think in today's day,
any other player wouldn't have even risked, he would have said, let me assure. So credit to him. He's not thinking about the personal milestone. I'm just thinking at that time, again,
was it required or not?
What is the team needing?
I think for Riyan Parag, one thing that I witnessed today, and it was obviously missing in the matches that Rajasthan Royals have already played so far, I think he looked a man possessed today. Because earlier, from the second innings, you knew that there was always going to be a rain threat. There were dark clouds hovering over. You could always, you were looking at a potential, curtailed game. And that's where I think he just went for his shots from ball one. And that's where I think he was clear that this is something that I want to do. Even if a few wickets, fall around me, I am still going to go about my game, because even if it's a rain curtailed game, then there are more chances that that Rajasthan Royals would be favourites to do it. It didn't really turn out that way. Even if him reaching out, reaching at 95, I think it did not really look like that he wanted to get to his 100 with a 6. It was just about him playing his natural game.
I was just going through that over once again. Before that, Rajasthan was constantly playing at 10 runs per over, in excess of 10 runs per over. Over there, on the first couple of balls, there were no runs at all. Even though a no ball was bowled, despite all of that, that over went for 5 runs. So that ball, I think the shot was needed. That was the fourth ball of the 18th over, I'm sorry. And before that, first ball went for a single. Second ball was a no ball, 1 run, 2 runs. Then no run on the second delivery on the no ball, free hit. Then third ball, nothing, leg bias came. So that shot was anyways, you needed that boundary in that over. Otherwise, suddenly the equation would have gone to...
It was 33 of 15.
33 of 15
and
at that point.
You needed 2 per ball. And again, Shubham...
very gettable.
And that over, nothing had happened in that over.
The problem is, Shubham Dubey was not striking the ball. He only started hitting in the 20th over.
But you know where the game actually changes, and that's why I wanted to check, because I briefly remembered. The game changes... from that Harshit Rana 16th over that he comes into bowl. See, their required run rate, they are exactly on par. They are 10 point something, they need 10 point something, they're exactly at par. That's the over where he gets Hetmar out. That's the over where, though Hetmar himself didn't play with a great strike rate today, that's the over he gets him out. And that's the over where they get the last boundary. So look at that, that's 15.1 where they get a boundary. And then you go, there is no boundary after that. There's no boundary in that Naren over that he bowls after that. There is no boundary then in the Harshit Rana's over that comes in. He bowls to that. And then you have to go to the Russell, end of the Russell over to get. But your required run rate is going really high, even though there is a Riyan Parag there standing on the crease. Of course, Hetmar is out. So if I am sitting at the end of the 16th over, where they need 52 of 30 balls with 5 wickets in hand, with both your set batters there, I am going 65-35 in the batting team's favour. I think the game was clearly in Rajasthan's favour. We need 52 of 30 balls at 10 and over, 5 wickets in hand, 2 set batters. They should have won.
But Sunil Narine, that's what he's been doing all throughout the season. Even again in that game against Delhi, he got Stubbs and he got 2 wickets in that over where Stubbs got out on the very first delivery. That day also, that was the game-changing moment against Kolkata that Delhi was playing. That is where everything changed for the Kolkata Knight Riders. Again, the Sunil Narine over. Today as well, he bowled the 16th over like you just mentioned. No boundary in that over, and then the pressure started to come. And that's what happens in chases like these, when you cannot let the momentum drop even for 1 over. And I think that is why that Riyan Parag shot was anyways...
For 3.3 overs, you didn't hit a boundary. 15.1 to 18.4.
From 250, 260 to 200.
Exactly. But Riyan Parag got you in that position in the very first thing because of the way how he launched on Moeen Ali. And there was a comment that you cannot mix Parag and responsibility together. That was the comment we got in the mid-innings. Today, he actually fulfilled a prophecy which he had made 2 years before. I feel like I can hit 4 sixes in 1 over. He had made that prophecy. And today, he not only went 1 better, he went 2 better. So yes, once you back yourself to do that promise, it doesn't have to happen at that same time, same edition, same moment. But it did happen.
This is what Rajasthan has seen in him.
No, but see, this is where the problem is. Today, like he batted, I completely agree. His stroke making is outstanding. He's blessed with a rare talent. You have to agree. Not too many batters can bat like this, the way he did. In a match where everything else is going south and he's the one who keeps the team alive. But then that is a frustrating bit also. That can you have a batter as talented as him, who, by the way, credit to the franchise also, who keeps backing him despite inconsistent performance. But then that's the question, that if you have talent like this, can you just rely on one knock in the entire IPL to be like this? That's the problem that there were with a few other batters, and we've called those batters out. And then, if we've had that consistency in questioning batters who have this kind of stroke making ability, who have this sort of talent to do it on a regular basis, and if you don't, the one other player comes to your mind is Sanju Samson, exactly what we used to say. But I think with Sanju, he's still been far more consistent than a Riyan has been in terms of getting those knocks. So this is a question that even Riyan Parag's fans should be asking, that if you can do this on a consistent basis, then why doesn't it happen? As I said, a good batter who can do this should give you, out of the 14 games you play, at least 4 out of those 14 games have to be like this, right? To be considered in the top level batter.
That is the only fallibility.
He should definitely be a lot more consistent. That I agree. But the only thing is that I do at times understand why he gets that backing from Rajasthan Royals, and not just them. Even the Indian team was very quick to get him included in the season just after one good IPL. And I think the only reason for that is that in situations like these, there aren't many batters, at least in India, who can win you games from here. We have talked about this fact that on a given day, if a team is 23 for 3 with that 1-2-3 going back to the heart, then how many teams can actually go on and win a game from there? I think we talked about Delhi being one because they have KL Rahul, and he has done that. If he can do that on a higher strike rate or not, that's a different thing altogether, but at least he has done it. So Delhi gives you that confidence. No other team as such, maybe an RCB to an extent, gives you that hope again. If 1-2-3 have gone, then they have Jitesh, they have Tim David. We saw what Mario Shepard can do today. And I think Riyan Parag is one of that very few players who can actually do that. And I think that...
But you can't have this on the basis... Like that, then get... That's what I'm saying. Then get Vaibhav Suryavanshi in the team.
Yeah,
why is it that someone like a Sanju struggled to consistently keep his position? Because of that. Because you have hitting abilities, you cannot just get a batter because he can do... See, even Abhishek Sharma has that hitting ability, right? But his position was also under question because you have to do it consistently. You ask me, I'm making a team, somebody can bat at 250 strike rate, okay. But if he's going to bat at 250 strike rate, 1 in 15 games, and then I instead get a person who can bat at 150 strike rate, but 1 in every third game, I'm going to take the one who can do it 150 third game.
The only thing over there is that as far as 1, 2, 3 are concerned, there are a lot of batters as compared to in the middle order batters. There are a lot many options. You have Abhishek Sharma, you have Yashasvi Jaiswal, you have Sanju Samson. All of them can do that. All of them on their day can run away with the game. They aren't consistent. That's why they keep on rotating in the Indian team. As far as the middle order is concerned, there aren't too many batters like that. There was Rinku Singh, he did it, he immediately came into the Indian team. Riyan Parag did it, he immediately came into the team. There are so less batters who have the ability to do that.
There are so many. There is Hardik Pandya who does that. There was a Shubham Dubey who came in to do that. You had a Rinku Singh or whatever. But what you're talking about are finishers. They are different.
Pandya, Surya Kumar Yadav.
No, but those are finishers. Yeah. You're talking about middle order, then his competition is with a Tilak Verma or Surya Kumar Yadav, and I think they are far more consistent than he is.
Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya.
He's not competing with a Riyan Parag.
No,
but he's not. So Riyan is not competing with a Rinku Singh or a Hardik Pandya or whatever. They are finishers different.
Where the place that he's competing for, there is nobody else as of now.
Why? There's so many. No, he doesn't play in that. You're getting it confused. He's a number 4 batter.
If he comes in the Indian team, he'll bat at 5, 6, 7.
No, he batted higher up. How can he be competing? Then he has to do this job for Rajasthan. Yeah. How can you see that? It's like saying Surya Kumar Yadav bats at that position, and then if he does that, will you make him as a number 6 batter? You can't do that. The finishers are completely different role. I don't think he's a finisher. He's a middle order batter. So he competes with the Shreyas Iyer. He competes with a Tilak Verma. He competes with a Suryakumar Yadav. He competes with those guys for that position, not with Rinku Singh.
T20s, where did he bat? He batted at 4, I know, on occasion.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
mostly when
4 and
everybody was
5,
there.
and in the only ODI that he has played, he
middle
batted
order
at number
bat.
7 or number 8. See, the point with Riyan Parag is, and I think I would take the example of David Warner here, because it happened with David Warner also that he was giving away his wicket, very easily, getting off to those 20, 30s. And after a while, he understood that he has to value his wicket 120 times more. That's the statement that he gave about 10, 12 years back. This is the same thing that Riyan Parag has to do. We talk about the word responsibility, stepping up to the plate. There are no more cliches, because that's the only thing that Riyan Parag has to focus on. He does it, maybe just, grinds it out for the first few balls. Irrespective of the format, he can become a great batter, not just for Rajasthan Royals or for his state team, but even for the Indian cricket team.
The other thing is he gets that advantage, which is he gets the backing from his side. If you're another player in his position with this inconsistency, so many teams drop you. I'm just giving an example. There is a Quinton de Kock that got dropped for inconsistency. There are big names there were question marks over Rohit Sharma when they were not, but you knew that in Rajasthan that will never be an issue. So imagine having that backing. So you got to utilize that. Now, what's the point of this sort of backing where no matter what, no matter how poorly the team does, they can be out of the race, in the race, whatever they may be doing. If you were in Chennai also has batters who could do, but they've also been shuffled out on given occasions. So you enjoy the kind of comfort that, let's say, Dhoni would enjoy in CSK. Irrespective of how many runs he gets or not, or what a Rohit gets in Mumbai Indians, you're getting that stature. So if you're getting that stature, then you have to utilize that. How many other players get this opportunity?
I think it's fair to say that, apart from Rajasthan Royals, if Riyan Parag would have been that much inconsistent playing for any other franchise, no one would have retained him. No one for that matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he needs to, as I said, he has the talent. He needs to utilize that talent and utilize the opportunity. You have to look up, thank the God that, listen, I'm in a team that values me. I'm in a team where I don't have the pressure of getting dropped. I don't know whether that is a deterrent. Maybe if there was that pressure that, listen, if I don't do well in 5 matches, I could be dropped, which is a pressure that a lot of other batters have. That is what really, gets them ticking, and as soon as their performance drops, they wake up. Maybe that pressure could have worked in his advantage. Maybe that pressure is not there, so...
Again, he's a very frustrating enigma. Let's make no mistake about it. There has been no greater frustration than Riyan Parag, okay? Even today, we are deliberating what kind of shot he played. Despite knowing that the situation was but then if he had followed a textbook, copybook way of getting to his milestone or something, even if Rajasthan would have lost, see how selfish Riyan Parag is. He got to his milestone. He worried only about his milestone. He didn't care about the team.
That question will still be asked because the strike rate dropped from 250 to 210.
Again, that is the problem. He will be under scrutiny for every single thing that he does, and he's brought it upon himself. Let's make no mistake about it, because he fulfilled whatever he did. At that time in 2023, it was arrogance. For 1.5 years, he lived with that arrogance. Today, he fulfilled that prophecy quietly, but then his team still lost. 4 sixes in an over, he went 1 better. 5 sixes, he went 1 more better with 6 sixes. Riyan Parag has to thank his lucky stars. He got his last chance saloon in 2024. Clear, he was warned. Last season, you don't do well, you're out. And he responded with 523 runs. The message was clear.
Was there a message?
Yeah,
it was clear, the message. Because see, Sangakkara had clearly mentioned that yes, you have to ensure that you do well. Otherwise,
maybe it's, you should bring Sangakkara then from the
stands.
No, not stands.
He sits in the stands, no?
That's not called stands. That's VIP.
VIP box.
Stand is where you sit.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
VIP box. You call him from the VIP box and bring him maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe he needs that bit of pressure. Maybe it'll get him to have a season like last time.
I don't remember that happened.
It happened
Who revealed this?
Before the season, I mean, there was a lot of talk about Riyan Parag, yeah, right?
Yeah, there was but this message
Even
was
Kumar
given by the
Sangakkara
franchise.
also.
He has been dropped previously, but that was just...
Maybe that's why he's sitting in the VIP box.
Which is why, when that dropping happened, he realized that he couldn't come back.
After the message.
No, but this we have known about Riyan Parag, I think, since the first season that he arrived, when he did that Bihu dance. We know this.
What has that got to do with it?
No, I'm saying this we knew about him, that he is an exceptional talent.
Because he could do behave dance.
No. Because that's how he played. We knew this from the very beginning. So from 2018-19 where he started to 2025, what has been the improvement is what I mean.
No, last season was an improvement.
One season.
Yeah.
Because the message was sent.
He played India also after that.
Then are you saying the message was
But
sent?
then
After
I
that, the
don't
guy who
remember
sent the
that.
message was.
Sent to the
Changes
VIP box.
happened. Kumar Sangakkara became director of overseas operations for Rajasthan Royals.
Overall, he's umbrella.
He's the
heading
umbrella. Dravid became the coach. Dravid
Yeah,
was.
but then he's not involved day to day. Na? He doesn't go and speak about day to day strategy.
It was
The
how
final call
Mahela.
to he will approve, na?
Oh no, bigger things, yeah. It's
Acha.
like Ashish Nehra
But
said
if he
in
wants-
his interview that small thing, घर में पर्दे क्या होने चाहिए वो that
Wife.
big things like Prime Minister कौन होना चाहिए. So he has to take bigger calls like what should be the jersey on a given day, what should be the like color, what should be the emblem looking like, should they
Design team.
how long should be the camp, not camp as in where can be the camp,
How
you know
could-
those
overall.
which other teams they can buy, invest in globally, can they find some synergy from this team to there, can they bring some that larger thing day to day, like who's batting at what position, what should have been the approach, when to attack, when to do this, who has to be made to sit out, how do you do a rotation in the team,
And Riyan Parag.
who will bowl. Yeah, that will be decided by the current coach and the captain in Riyan and this. Na. By the way, Sanju is still not fit. I'm asking.
Abdomen
He'll be
injury.
fit next season now. Directly.
Okay, enough of. Let's talk about a team that's won. That is Kolkata Knight Riders. We had mentioned that, listen, Kolkata, the team can be dangerous because of the personnel that they have. Today, we saw that. And finally, Andre Russell coming to the party. And what I liked is, again, with Andre Russell, this has been the issue with KKR. They were getting him to bat when there used to be some 5, 10, 15 balls remaining. Don't do that today. And as I said, like with MS in CSK, he says that it's not about the batting position, but he can only come when there are 2 or 3 overs remaining. Similarly for Russell, it's the opposite. It doesn't matter the batting position. If there are 7, 8 overs remaining, then send him out now so that he can utilize. Like today, I think he came in the 13th over, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Came in pretty early. Same way, supposing you have a long opening partnership that goes till the 15th over or 12th over, opening partnership gets out, he can go at number 3 also on that day. So I think that was one strategy that Kolkata were not getting right. I'm glad to note that they did today, and look at the impact he had, because if it wasn't for Rinku Singh in the end and an Andre Russell, probably it was a total that Rajasthan would have chased rather comfortably. So that extra thing that they did. I don't know what you made of the batting. I thought that the top order could have been a bit more adventurous, especially with Ajinkya Rahane, I felt.
In the mid-innings, the first thing I did was congratulated Kolkata Knight Riders for finally cracking the code and sending the right batting order, as you can also point out.
Angrik Raghuvanshi.
Yeah, exactly.
He batted number 9, no
yeah,
one game.
one day. Finally today, Venkatesh Iyer wasn't sent out only today to bat. Ramandeep was back into the 11. So all of the things finally started to falling in place for them. But opening pair, again, we know they are a hit and a miss. I think they need a little more stability.
I'm okay with that. See, with Naren, you can't expect
Nareen, let
consistency.
him be, but the other opener, which other
But
batter?
yeah,
do they have?
they've dropped a QDK and gone with a Gurbaz. I don't think Gurbaz has only got 3 games and he's not been bad.
But what's
This
the
is
problem?
his third game.
I do not see you're anyways underutilizing one batter in your middle order. It's on all 11 occasions.
So
we
you're
have
saying
seen-
send Moin.
No. I'm saying on all 11 occasions we have seen either Raghuvanshi or Venkatesh Iyer. Either one bats. Both of them together.
But Raghuvanshi has batted more than Venkatesh
then
Iyer
why-
and he has gotten
then
more
see,
runs.
Venkatesh Iyer is having an all-time low.
No,
As
what
far as
is your solution?
Venkatesh Iyer to open.
Come on.
What's the problem in it?
The problem is that he's got no runs.
Okay,
I don't trust
okay,
him. You're
okay,
saying you need stability in the
yeah,
top order.
I'm
You're
saying
sending
it's
the
a
player
gamble.
who's got no runs.
See,
No, a question for you, Shashwat.
Gurbaz.
If Venkatesh Iyer opens
Then
with...
it's like CSK should send MS to open.
No.
It's exactly that.
different.
He's not been able to finish the games. How do you get him there? I think Gurbaz at the moment is in better form than Venkatesh Iyer. Quite honestly. You would send a better. Yeah. If you had a solution like Angrik Raghuvanshi is going to open, maybe something like that.
But
then
he's
I'll
getting
still.
runs at
No, but a
4.
question
I'm
for you,
saying to
Shashwat.
make it
If
even better.
Venkatesh Iyer opens with Sunil Narine, then who is your keeper and where does he bat?
Oh, that's also another interesting thing.
Both are top order batters, na.
Yeah.
See,
then you can have you can call in. You can have a wicket keeper in between. Then anybody.
But who they have? Quinton de Kock and
Sisodia, better
But
finisher.
you can't get. Yeah, no.
I'm saying top order runs aren't coming. It's a gamble you're taking.
No, their runs
Won't
are
make
coming.
Very big difference.
No, but
Narine has
coming back to
gotten
the
runs.
point, I think in case of Ajinkya Rahane, he did not struggle. It's just that he's half fit. He had struggled. He had
He's got
gotten
that
hit on
hand
his
injury.
hand. In the
I
game
agree,
against
so
Delhi
they-
Capitals, but he's still playing.
But was it a possibility then to have sent someone like a Moeen then instead of him?
Yeah, it would have
I'm
made
just saying
sense.
that you have a top order batter in Moeen who can see, because on a given day, what I'm saying is that it can cost you a game if you are in any way, like today was a good batting pitch and you saw that one man could have taken the game away from you. And what is happening with your batting order? It's going underutilized. So if you want to do it, let's say he's the captain and you need to have him in the team, maybe he can then become plan B till such time that his hand improves. Because otherwise, I think when his hand was fine, strike rate was the last of the worries with Ajinkya Rahane. I think he was batting at an outstanding strike rate, being the aggressor. So I don't think that's an issue. But like you're pointing out, if the hand is an issue, that today you had a Moeen Ali to push him. On a given day, maybe even a Venkatesh Iyer also push him and just give him the role that, listen, you have to go attack. Could have been better. Because I thought that, see, that same opportunity, you had this team, someday you could be up against a better team that will easily chase it down. It won't be a team like Rajasthan Royals, which is in tatters, who won't be able to chase her. On a ground like this, you may need 220, you may need 225, and you have the batting to do it. It's gone underutilized. So I think that's a conversation that they'll have to
That's why
have.
I'm saying that I'm saying if you're not Venkatesh Iyer, I'm saying go with a Moeen. You have Manish Pandey on the bench, something or the other.
Gurbaz and Manish. See, I
No,
don't
not
think.
Manish Pandey. I'm saying you have that option as well.
But I'm saying there has to be an issue. No, Gurbaz played 3 games. He's just played 3 games, and in 2 games he's got runs.
But they need the only thing is that Sunil Narine is a hitter. You cannot count him as somebody you know that you can run.
But he was your man of the match, I think, last game. Got runs and wickets both.
Yeah, no, I'm nothing. He is a match winner in any situation. But again, you cannot count his runs. When you're going, you're talking about those 10-15 runs extra.
Fine.
They need it from that. Those runs need to come from the top. And that the other batter needs to have those runs as a surety.
So, but that's what I'm saying. They are getting, no. Gurbaz has got, he's played only 3 games. He's got runs in 2 out of the 3 games. So where is the issue?
I think even
He's played 4 or 3?
3, I think.
has played
Four.
a total of
This
4
is-
matches.
this is
Although
11.
4, there you see. He's played just 4 games. He's averaging 21 at a strike rate of 143. So what is the issue? Why should you fix something that's not broken?
point is that even I'm fine with having Gurbaz, but on any given day, if I am given the option to pick either Quinton de Kock or Gurbaz, I'm going to go with Quinton de Kock because he's a proven match winner. That's the
yeah,
point.
but he has been sleeping in 2 IPLs, to 3 IPLs. As in, I'm saying, till how long will you continue with a Quinton de Kock? He got how many games he played this season? He's played 7 games already. And only got, runs in 1
Rajasthan
match.
game.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's inflated everything. After that, for 6 games he failed. So at certain point you'll have to. And Gurbaz, I think, was the highest run getter at the T20 World Cup. He's playing regular international cricket. Quinton de Kock is not playing it. I think Gurbaz is a better choice.
He scored a lot of runs, but then many people have pointed strike rate at the top. For the pitches that you're getting at the Caribbean, I think he played okay only as far as strike rate is concerned.
That World Cup should be looked at differently.
Yeah.
Because US was like that, Caribbean was like that.
Yeah.
I think already everything has started to come in place for them slowly and gradually. I hope it's not too late for them. They found the right combination. Finally, it took them 11 games. Just top order, I personally want one batter to come up. And in place of Gurbaz, I'll put in a Lavneesh Sisodia. At least you'll have one youngster as well. He's coming with a lot of expectations.
Yeah, if you had a great player sitting, you
at
bring
such
Lavneesh
stage-
Sisodia just for making a change. Please KKR, if you are that, please don't do this blunder.
Lavneesh
You are getting
of the
like
tournament, na, it does not make sense
if
to
there's
play
some
Sisodia.
outstanding player
Play
sitting.
Manish Pandey in between or play Anu.
Manish Pandey ahead of Gurbaz. We are just talking about a team that's underscoring, which needs a higher strike rate. I'm going to get a player whose career strike rate is at
Then
128.
who opens? Narine and?
Narine and Raghuvanshi can open. I'm saying you need a little more stability. Because
Raghuvanshi
Gurbaz
has
at
been
this
your
point-
best batter this season. Why change his
why I
batting
said,
position?
Because Venkatesh Iyer you're not going to drop. He's anyways going waste.
Okay, if you manage KKR, you do it. But KKR, don't.
Lavneet Sisodia is only considered as a legend in the parallels of RCB. Because he was the guy who got injured and Rajat Patidar came.
He had a very good time during the practice games as well.
But how can we consider practice games?
I am
the
going to
parameter?
drop an international player for getting. I cannot. Like, if you are friends with Lavneet Sisodia, you can just say that I want him in the team.
I don't even know him.
But I'm
He's
just
friends
saying.
with a lot of people.
It has to be something.
I don't-
Anyway, that's not the issue that they're facing. The issue that they're facing is that of Varun Chakravarthy. What has happened to Varun Chakravarthy? He was outstanding for India for so long. The match winner Varun Chakravarthy is kind of missing. He had a decent game today, but I'm saying in general, I thought he will run away with a few matches like he was doing at international cricket. Compared to that, he's been slightly off the ball.
He has been found out.
Slightly.
Yeah.
What do you
because
reckon?
I think with more scrutiny, when he's playing international cricket far more, he's not just an IPL to IPL bolter. He's made his international debut also. There will be far more scrutiny. And that is why the more you play, the more you subject yourself to scrutiny. And that is why now Varun Chakravarthy, whatever other variations may be, back of the hand, he doesn't change his action much. But with technology, you know how you can be uncoded.
I think he's basically.
So, no, I'm not
facing-
talking about this match
Yeah,
in general,
yeah.
but the season which I thought he would be.
Is
See,
it
he-
any coincidence
Yeah.
that 2024, look at his years with the ball, 21 wickets, 20 wickets, 18 wickets, 2022, I think he had an injury-filled year, that's why he didn't
No,
do it.
his last two seasons were outstanding. And what he was doing at international cricket was phenomenal.
But after the 2024 success, he came into the India team and he succeeded in T20Is and ODIs also. But then after that, look at his IPL. Okay, 15 wickets, but look at the economy rate. It is
7.2.
it's still along those lines only.
I think 7.2
Yeah,
in
it's
modern day
pretty good.
T20 cricket is
Yeah.
I think
awe-inspiring.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking
What is
about his economy.
happening-
I'm saying the
wickets. He's not taking. He's
yeah,
not
like
the
back.
wicket
Not
taker
only
anymore.
that,
Yeah.
it's like the match winner Varun Chakravarthy. Like some games he'll win on his.
What team started to do with Rashid Khan in between for a
Exactly,
few years,
I was coming
that's
to that
exactly
point.
what people
Yeah.
are doing with Varun Chakravarthy this season, and that's
Just
very,
playing
very
him out.
evident. And because of that, Sunil Narine is picking wickets as well. He's constantly picking
Because
wickets.
Sunil had to go through this throughout his career.
Yeah.
That everyone used to play him out and others
Yeah,
would pick.
that's why-
Now he's
but-
benefiting that others are playing Varun
But the
Chakravarthy.
only problem is that with Rashid Khan also, eventually what happens, that teams, while they're trying to play you out, you're not getting wickets. And then you start to try doing something else. And in that manner, you eventually, in a couple of more years, I'm saying, not right now, you'll start giving runs as well. What we are seeing again with Rashid Khan as well. Until and unless that he's sorted out with, I think it's fine. Otherwise, I'm not concerned. People are scared of him, they're not playing him because of the reputation plus the bowling he's doing. So I think it's absolutely fine.
Okay, final discussion point. KKR are alive. Rajasthan Royals, as I said, had locked out pretty early. So now Kolkata with 11 points have gone ahead of Lucknow Super Giants, albeit temporarily. We don't know what happens in the game between Punjab and LSG. But we had pointed this out earlier that if there is one team that can be dangerous, which has the ability of winning its remaining games alongside, let's say, a Mumbai Indians, it is Kolkata. But the advantage that Kolkata had is that they had 3 relatively easier games compared to what Mumbai are going to be getting, 3 tougher games. So they have a Chennai Super Kings.
At home,
Yeah. For which you have to just set a target and then win. I mean,
175 plus.
which I don't think should be a Sunrisers Hyderabad also.
In Hyderabad.
It'll be a big scoring game. The problem will come against an informed Royal Challengers Bengaluru that they will face towards the end. But yeah, does anyone think there is an outside chance? Because even now it remains an outside chance for KKR.
I believe they have an
that
outside
they can.
chance. But for
Because they can finish on 17 if they are to win their
for
3.
that, they need Lucknow Super Giants to do a favor today.
Yeah.
They have to beat Punjab Kings. Then Punjab Kings remain stalled on 13. They're just 1 win away. Then. If Punjab have a tougher road because they're taking.
But then what about Lucknow becoming a rival to them anyway?
Then Lucknow, look at their fixtures. They take on RCB in Ekana. Now, the last 2 games, it's a cancellation thing that's going on. One team will cancel someone's progress. RCB, if they win.
You can't cancel their progress now. RCBs, they're done, I guess, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, there are other teams who can go past them even on 16. 16,
No.
that's why there is no queue this time.
No
But
queue on
current
16,
form RCB are all
but
but
it's
through.
always on 18 only.
Yeah.
No, you have qualified even on 16.
You get, but the queue that you get is always on 18.
Okay, so
No, but yeah, what he's saying is you can qualify
Yeah,
for
you-
16. You may not get queue
You miss
written.
out
Yeah.
on after this also.
you know, see, if RCB win their next game at Ekana, that's it. Game, set and match. Okay. Lucknow then are in big trouble. Because if they lose this one, they have to win 3. They have to win 3. The remainder of the 3. If they win this.
Let's say, okay, forget what happens in the variables of other teams. Let's say if KKR to win their remaining 3, 2 they do start as favourites, and of course RCB will be a 50-50 encounter, or probably RCB will start as favourites, whatever be the case. If they are to win all their 3, are they 100% through?
No.
With 17, I won't be surprised.
I think 17 they'll be through.
They will be through.
No, how? PBKs are also on that, na?
No, but the point
But
is,
Somebody
there's
will
going to be
cancel each other out.
Yeah.
See, 16 I could agree, Disky, but 17,
17, one
I
extra
don't think
point, you will be
anybody
through.
could.
Because
Anybody can.
see,
Because the only team that will be ahead is 18, and can there be 4 teams at 18? I don't
And
think
there's just
so.
one,
17 will take them.
17 should be okay,
And it's
but 15 not.
and
Ah,
it's a
15 not, yeah.
battle for just one spot. It's just for the 4th spot. So anyways, in Kolkata or Punjab, one team will only go. In Kolkata and Punjab, because
What
I
about
think
Delhi Capitals?
Delhi, though,
Out, you're not counting them only.
it
I
looks
think
very
Delhi will
difficult.
make it.
Then how many teams
Then
will make
you-
it?
it
No,
is.
but I am saying KKR are not making it. That's
See,
what
the problem
that's what
is.
my take
See,
is.
for
No, with 17 you think they'll make it,
17 they'll make it.
but you think they'll lose.
Yeah, but
Okay.
see, you asked that question, na, that he said that KKR have an outside chance. I obviously, it looks like that they do.
No, my first question is, on 17 are they through 100%?
yes, they
Okay,
are,
that's
they are.
first.
Yeah.
Now to the point that you don't think they'll get 17.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
KKR, they would once again be ruining the fact after what happened in the games against Lucknow Super Giants and Punjab Kings. Had you won those 2 games, you would have
15.
all but assured a spot in the playoffs, knowing that you still have three more matches. You are on 15 points. Even if you win, 1 out of the remaining 3, you will be okay. This is the kind of situation wherein I don't think, KKR 11, has the maybe the class or the quality or maybe the consistent form that can do the job for them.
But that is a very surprising thing. I'll tell you why. Because this is a team that has Andre Russell in them. This is the team that has Naren and Varun Chakravarthy. Even though Varun is not performing at that level, still better than a lot of other bowlers you have. And a Harshit Rana. And yet we are saying, and a Ankrik Raghuvanshi who's in form. And yet we are saying this is a team that doesn't have the quality.
Because of what has happened in the games against Lucknow Super Giants and PBKS. See, had they been those thrillers, or KKR would have lost those games by 2, 3, 4 runs, fighting till the last ball, then, I would have probably agreed with Siddharth that KKR do have an outside chance. The manner of those losses, the LSG game and the Punjab King game, specifically that Mallanpur game wherein you just had to chase about 110 or 12,
112.
that just, makes me feel that KKR are not making
You
it.
see, there is a possibility of 2 teams being on 17. I'll tell you why. Because if PBKs win today,
PBKS and KKR.
because
Yeah.
the problem is only one will only go through. I don't think 2 can go through, but there is still a possibility of 2 going through also on 17.
There too is a possibility, but
Punjab Kings have a tougher road. They are taking on Mumbai, they are taking on Delhi, they are taking on Rajasthan. 2 out of those 3 games are tough. And 2 are happening in Dharamshala.
But no, according to him, only 1 is tough. Because Delhi is not tough. And Rajasthan is not tough.
See,
so only
for-
Mumbai is tough.
Delhi and Dharamshala, I think, would be tough.
See,
for Punjab.
A typical fatalistic Delhi fan will argue that every of the 3 games is tough. I'll tell you why. DC, PBKS in Dharamshala, very tough.
No point now,
DC,
eliminator.
MI.
Somewhere you'll lose.
The Chakala Derby is happening in Wankhede this time also. So that is also gone for you. Your only hope is Monday. DC SRH.
There also if it rains.
Now there is a rain problem there. So
Because I saw Ashutosh's story yesterday.
No, you
Raining
guys
there.
just
Even-
create this about the rain today. You were saying Kolkata in danger. Yesterday,
Latif, please
that
explain.
Jaipur game was in danger. They happened now. The games have happened. So don't worry about rain. Focus on what is going to
today
happen.
Arshdeep also shared that there is pouring rain in Dharamshala. You're still seeing the game, no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
See,
matter.
we have all been spooked by what happened in that KKR game that happened against PBKS, where one spell of nor'westers, that's it, it ended. But don't worry, there is rain predicted, but you'll scrape through. But Delhi,
Then just, I think that 1 point that Punjab have extra, that will just give them that advantage over Delhi.
which is why, with that 1 extra point, you're either totally out or you're totally in.
You cannot be totally out now.
You can be. KKR are in that situation. One more loss, they're gone.
18 points, 17 I think will assure you. And I think either Kolkata or Punjab, Kolkata or Punjab, one will only have 7.
Okay, just going to read a couple of comments before we, not couple, sorry, there are more than that, 5 or 6 before we wind up. Unfortunate, Vishal Panchal is saying, really, they seal their own fate. Who let Josh and Chahal go? Riyan played good today, but he has been preferred like he is the next Viv Richards or Virat Kohli. And I think, Vishal, if you are a regular watcher of our programs, you're on point. This is exactly what we've discovered and spoken about, that they got a lot of things wrong. But because we've dissected it so much and, we didn't want to repeat the same thing, so we limited ourselves just to this game and things that they got right or wrong. So, not unfortunate. I don't think unfortunate you will say, because whatever rearguard action they had, they came so close. Could have gone to a super over. Eventually, it's just a 1-run difference. So, yeah, the team that loses will be unfortunate in that sense.
Yeah. 450K Thakur has a question for you.
Why don't you take Webb of Suryavansh's age fraud seriously? He's asking me. Leave IPL. Assume in 2 years he is in our Indian cricket team. Is it fair to 18-year-old to break 16-year-old Sachin's record? It's like Rashid breaking bowling record with age fraud. See, to Mr. Thakur, what can I say, right? We have to only rely with all the official documents that are present there. And we've had a closer look, at the official documents that he's had, like his Aadhaar card and so on. All of that prove that. We have even checked the BCCI record, and on the BCCI records, they have that. BCCI has its own ways of, looking at, they have bone density test, and they test the jaws and the teeth and everything. And based on that, they are going with it. So that's where it is. So why should then we question and, keep saying things for which we do not have any data or proof available for, right? So I don't think it would be fair to do that. And that's why. And eventually I also say he's playing with the big guys. Nah, how does it matter whether he's 14 or 16? He's playing. So doesn't matter whether he breaks somebody's record or not. You will be judged by what you do eventually in your career. He's still far away from making it even to the Indian team. We don't know whether he will. As you've now seen, after the highs of that 100, he's had 2 games where he hasn't been able to get a lot of runs. I'm not saying that either of those things really define him. These 2 knocks also don't define him. That 100 also probably doesn't define him. So we'll just wait for, whatever.
Both games 2 balls, 0, 2 ball duck, and now 2 ball 4.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Exactly. Ishmeet Singh joins us from Canada. He says, Shashwat, I'm a big fan of your analysis. He's from Punjab/Canada, which he means is the same thing.
No?
Punjab or Canada. He can just be. No, basically he's saying he's from the Punjab part of Canada.
Okay.
British Columbia.
British Columbia. Say thanks to
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Vishal Panchal again. Honestly, no player is bigger than the game, even Dhoni. But at least he has a proven record. Not sure what Riyan has proved. Well played, but why red carpet for him?
Which red carpet?
I mean,
Who in Rajasthan?
Backing.
I really don't know about the red carpet bit and everything. It's all conjecture at this point in time, honestly.
No.
You don't know.
Conjecture.
Do we have the official proof?
Official proof is that he's playing for so many years. He's the captain ahead of so many
I
others.
mean, I don't know.
What else do you want official proof?
Then, unless there is official proof, I'm not going to believe that there is all
This
these
is
kind of things.
official
That there is a
proof.
red
Obviously
carpet.
They won't send a
You started it by
press release
saying,
for
where is
that.
the red carpet?
Sanju saying that.
रियान को इधर भी रियान को जताओगे. That was official on their own YouTube channel.
That can have multiple meanings.
I'm saying
Exactly.
what you are expecting them to send a press release that Riyan Parag will be constantly he will be playing.
Then it is not
That's not
fair.
going to
Then it is
happen.
not fair then.
But
To assume
these are
that
signs of being
Again, signs.
Yeah, but sir, he has a point, but they're not going to send a press release. Now
Exactly,
that
but
we
then
have,
again,
we have
those
ordered a
signs
red
then are
carpet.
misinterpreted. Nah, it can unless and
Acha, you tell me what you have seen for so
official
long.
what will be according to
Could any player have carried on?
no player could have ever carried on. But in Rajasthan Royals, you have a legacy of having players who never done well.
Off spinners don't bowl at all at any stage. Left arm spinners
told
don't
you
bowl
last
at
game
any
only.
stage.
But
But
one
Rajasthan-
off-spinner always bowls.
But with Rajasthan Royals, it's not surprising.
He used to bowl that also at one.
Kedar
one season.
Jadhav. Kedar
One
Jadhav.
season he did that also. He has played despite all of
We
that.
are looking at
No,
the
I'm saying, but
wrong.
what is wrong in having it? I'm saying they are backing him. I know that he is being criticized a lot. That's also because the kind of statements that come from him. But I think Abdul Samad was very similar to him in Sunrisers Hyderabad. They did the same thing. They backed him.
One season, yeah, two season. That's
No,
it.
no, no. He
But
played
not
for so
as
many
much.
years for-
Nobody
He
comes
not
close.
nobody comes close. But I'm saying that very similar.
See, Rajasthan.
Sort of-
MS and CSK.
Now this year, na?
No, overall, like backing wise.
But Riyan, I do get
That relationship
I'm-
is.
and now
And Virat and RCB.
yeah.
And Dhoni and CSK. Like that, Riyan and RR. They have that relationship. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay.
I think they like him so much.
We have spent a lot of time talking about that. Nilesh Sharma says, Riyan 2 years ago made a comment about hitting 4 sixes that Siddharth pointed out in our discussion as well. And we all made fun of him. Who made fun of him?
No, people are here
People.
made. No, here also.
Here also?
There were
Acha,
people
okay.
who made fun
So
of
he's saying, see now what he's done. Which I think Siddharth has made this point and spoken about it. That he manifested it. And he did it. He said also, with a very good point, Rinku could have been man of the match for his fielding. Despite, I think, that 1-4 he let go.
Yeah. But apart from the last couple of
outstanding.
overs, outstanding. He saved 2 runs.
He's saved many.
Yeah.
He was running before the ball would go, manning the boundary. He
Yeah.
must have
And
saved
when
10,
the
12
ball-
runs.
When the ball fell on the bounce, he had allowed that it didn't go to the boundary. He put his body behind the line entirely. So yes.
He's always been a very good fielder.
Yeah. I think that difference again is 1-2 runs.
Yes.
He must have
Before
saved
he-
8-10.
Before he actually played for Kolkata also, he used to field really well. I remember he already made his name just by his fielding.
Because he used to
Catching.
only come
Yeah,
for,
only
as a
come for the
fielder. Nah,
field,
poor
yeah.
guy was not getting a chance to.
His catching. He is a brilliant outfielder.
Quite a few years back.
A couple of years back.
No.
22 at that
Even
point,
before that.
Yeah. Rinku became the Rinku Singh in 2023. Prior to that, he was coming on as a sub-fielder and taking catches.
Jayan Jha is saying that, listen, Riyan has scored 375 runs with a strike rate of 170. RR failure in this season is because of Jurel and Hetty. Jayant, you're right, but please take out before this knock.
How many times has...
Please take out the stat
It's to
before
be
this.
and then it-
How many times has Riyan
we
Parag
are
played
talking
a rash
about what
shot
is.
this
I am
season?
saying that everyone will come under scrutiny. Okay, I'll give you an example. You know, Jurel has 2 seasons like this. He probably will be benched. My point is this.
That is true.
He released.
Hetmeyer has 2 seasons like
One
this.
thing
Nobody
you have
will.
to agree with Riyan Parag, whatever you
But
say.
others don't get this kind of a
All the
long rope is my
consistency and
point.
all of those things, I'm saying that every year he definitely plays a couple of shots that remain one of the best shots of the season. I'm not saying that's anything to prove him as a batter, but I'm saying I think something is definitely there.
377 runs. How many times this season he has gotten out while playing a rash shot? Multiple times.
But those two, there are many
See,
players like
280 runs
Stats
in
don't always
280
paint the
runs in
right
11
picture.
matches.
nothing. I'm agreeing. There's nothing.
And again, I'm saying this, if this is what is more frustrating, if he has the talent and the ability to get this. If I'm an RR fan, I'd be like, yeah, I want to see this more often. By more often, I mean not once in a season, but at least 4 to 5 times in a season. 3 times, 4 times. Win us the match. And truth be told, I agree there are a lot of other issues, but we often criticize players who get 90 odd and then eventually the result doesn't go in their favor. The best of batters have gone through this. Eventually what has happened? Look at the whole season. No, this is another loss that has been registered in there. That's the truth. Sridhar Savakar is saying KKR playing many batters out of place just to play Narain at top. Open with Rahane and push everyone one up and they are sorted. Narain is anyway a gamble. Yes, but then that is a different debate. If you remove Narain, that's a debate which can be. But I don't think that with Narain batting you can make any change to that opening. For me as well, I think Narain is a hit and a miss. I'll take it. See, the good thing is not going to waste deliveries. So what's the harm? If he gets going, he'll win you a game with the bat or set it up for you to win. I don't mind. See, that was one of the reasons they won the season also last time. Yeah. So why let go of that?
Indeed.
Thakur is back again. He's saying, Pant and Lucknow क्या करते हैं? किस logic से Shardul is sitting out? and Mayank and others are playing. Mayank, though, they would have played.
Akash Singh is playing.
Akash
Ha,
is playing.
others maybe a
Shardul
valid.
Thakur is not injured. That's what Zahir Khan said in LSG's previous match, that he is just being preserved for the last few matches.
To what?
Something like that.
Well, he's gotten
This
it for
could be the
36
last
runs.
few matches.
Indeed. He's gotten it for 36 runs today. 5 sixes today. In Mayank Yadav's spell. Yeah, so
Josh Inglis.
Inglis and Prabh Simran.
Prabh Simran,
Pulling
though,
him
this
like
season,
anything. Josh Inglis.
he has proved himself.
That is true.
Voice that was heard
Awaz.
a few years back is now making sound.
Now the voice of the bat is echoing. That is what it is. That time you just heard the voice and then you didn't hear it again. Echo may you keep hearing.
Yeah,
So the voice of the bat we are hearing consistently.
Yuvraj Singh has better than NCA. He is giving results. Yuvraj at his home.
Yes.
So you want another center. They can have one in north, one in south, so they can divide it.
Yuvraj Singh's house is the other center. Anmol Preet, Prabh Simran, Shubman, Abhishek.
They're brothers, right? Anmol Preet
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Prabh Simran.
Yeah.
Real or cousin?
Cousins, I
Cousins.
Okay, final comment before we wind up.
Yeah. You're talking about Parag, but he's still scoring. Can you tell by which logic Jurel is playing? Can you tell me why Dravid thought he's better than Butler? Are they playing a test match? That's what Thakur Saab is asking.
But
Discussed
Jurel,
at length
this
about
one
such
season has gone
topics.
bad. One season's bad. Yeah,
I
last year he had a very good season.
I never could fathom 14 crores for Dhruv Jurel, honestly.
That's true.
I never could fathom. I knew that Beti Ganga mein everybody decided to wash their hands. All wicketkeeper batters got paid excessively. But I don't know, yaar. With Dhruv Jurel, I don't think he warranted 14 crores. He was half of that. I think his value was half of that. Release a Shimron Hetmeyer, you could have gotten a Joss Butler easily. 18 crores, Joss Butler, 15 crores, anywhere in that range. But as I said, you should not be surprised with Rajasthan Royals. Parampara, Pratishtha, Anushasan, when it comes to all these kind of things, Rajasthan Royals are on top. Be it 2014, when you persisted with the Kevon Cooper, 2017 onwards, 18 onwards, their decision
He used
making
to
has
with
been dodgy.
him also, na Krishnappa Gautam. He also used to.
KP, but KP was
He was
good
good.
utility. Yeah, he won you
One
so many
season
games.
he has had a very good season.
No, blame Chennai Super Kings. 9.25.
He was
Did not play him at all.
like
2 games.
Krunal nowadays.
Who?
No, but Krishnappa Gautam was not a left arm.
No, right arm he was same very matlab.
How?
I'm
One
saying-
wrist spinner, one finger spinner, one.
He's off spinner, na?
So one you're talking about.
Krunal Pandya.
Acha,
and
okay.
Krishnappa Gautam.
So
utility wise.
You're saying he's a right hand version
yeah,
of.
Krunal Pandya. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
KP and KG. That's the
But
only.
he, Krunal is very conventional. He was supposed to be like variation.
Yeah. No.
what
He
is
also
that?
used to dart it in.
Mystery and.
No.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
used to dart it in.
He
See,
could
and
He
bowl.
used to bat at the same.
Yesterday, Krunal was a left arm pacer.
Krunal yesterday.
He got the ball
also
to
was-
This
swing
season, not
Yeah.
this season. Left arm, medium pace.
Yes, he's getting the
Krunal
ball to
Pandya
swing.
really played well this season. No, very honestly.
That didn't age well.
Nobody was expecting such a performance from Krunal Pandya.
So that's okay. We all get,
No. Nobody was expecting
predictions. Chalo, on that note, we're going to wind up. Thank you so much for joining live broadcast. We'll see you
Mid innings.
mid-innings and then post-match.
Yes, where we'll have a clearer picture of the playoff race after this. Yep.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.